So this is part 2 of the deer hide preparation. I'll have my husband, the taxidermist of 30 plus years, so he had his own shop back in Wisconsin, so he's done a lot of deer hides and a lot of mounts. Explain what this next step is.
Okay, remember we were outside, we were putting salt on the skins because I didn't have time to get to them. So we salted them basically and let them dry out. I had them stored in one of these barrels here. But basically yesterday I took the salted skins and they were in this barrel, so I filled the barrel up with water and then I basically let it sit overnight. Depending on the stiffness of your skin, when it's salted, to rehydrate it in just plain water, don't put anything in it, anywhere from 6 to 12 hours. So I let it sit. I did it yesterday late in the afternoon, and I just let it sit till this morning. Pulled the hides out, and you can see they're fully pliable. They're back to the green state. So now we're gonna get on with the tanning process here. We're gonna make buckskin out of these skins here. So the first step now is to get back to the flushing part, and I see so many people do so many different ways. You know,
show them that beam that you've got here.
Obviously, if you have it makes the job a lot easier. Is if you get some type of a beam. I don't care if it's a piece of PVC. You can get the wide stuff. You can get a log. You can get a 2x6, 2x8, whatever. Round the edges off a little bit. This doesn't have to really be, you know, points like this, but round the edges off a little bit with a sander or whatever, knife, whatever. And everyone wants to mount these things way down like this, so you're hunched over doing this thing. Forget that. That's the way I did it for years too. When you're tired of having a sore back, raise this thing up. I don't have a fancy stand built for it. I've just got it mounted on a board. Get it up. Put it. You can even. I've even mounted them up on top of my bench. So your skin is now up at a good working height here. So we're not bent down doing it like this.
Just real quickly, we've seen some videos, and I know these people are amateurs and they're just trying their best. We've seen some people like hang them up and scrape them down. What, you know, you've been a taxidermist for over 30 years.
I don't know.
What do you think about that method?
It's just my opinion. Whatever works for you is the deal, but it just looks like a lot of extra work to me. I like to do things the easiest way possible.
Right, and you're a commercial
taxidermist,
so
when you have a stack of hides, when you've got 50, 60, 70 hides to do per day,
yep,
you learn real quick what's the fastest and the easiest way to do, so you're not killing yourself. And then I've got a pretty nice flushing knife here. You don't need one this big. In fact, I probably shouldn't have even myself bought one this big. It's a lot of steel to handle. They've got the other models. It's probably an 8-inch model. Would be just fine. But you can use any kind of if you can get some kind of a piece of steel. It doesn't have to be sharp. We're going to be pushing this off here, so we don't want it sharp. Everyone thinks we want this baby razor sharp, and we're going to be shaving. We're going to be cutting. We don't want to cut. Take a chance of cutting the holes in the skin, and it's too slow. We want to use our body weight, and so we're gonna use the duller edge here, and we're gonna get our weight into this thing. You can see this meat just sort of comes right off, and that's what you're dealing with mostly on a deer hide is meat. So once that lip steel gets underneath there, comes right off. So, but you see how that stuff I'm just using my own body weight here. We don't want to be going way down. We want to keep it up here in a nice working range.
It seems much easier, especially comparing the other YouTube videos. It seems like a really long process, some of the people who are doing it. And
like I say, not trying to cut on anybody's technique. Whatever your technique is, and if it works for you, hey, that's cool. But
this is
opinion,
fast. Yep.
This is the fastest, easiest way to do it. Less strain on your body. I mean, you can do. You know, when you do this for 8 hours a day, believe me, listen to me, people. Don't make it harder on yourself.
The true taxidermist speaks.
No fancy. I've just got a piece of plastic here, and I've got an old towel underneath, and this is just more for padding. So I've got, I don't know, 4 or 5 skins here to do, and so just from the mere fact of leaning on this, That's about it. Okay, we just finished up flushing the skin there, and so from that point we have to move on, and we're going to put it in a solution that's just water and wood ash. And basically what I have here is like a 5-gallon pail. It's not too precise in my measurements here. 5-gallon pail of wood ash per 40 gallons or so of water. And then I scoop the little bit of charcoal remnants. I had quite a bit in here, and throw those into, get them out of there. This, you don't want to, you can use a garbage can, like a plastic garbage can, some type of a plastic container. Don't use metal, because the solution that we're using here is can be somewhat caustic, corrosive, and so forth. You're not really supposed to stick your hands in here. I checked the solution with the egg method. My egg is still sinking, so it's a rather weak solution.
So when you say the egg method, just explain to people at home what that is.
You take an egg and you put it in the solution, and for it to be the so-called proper strength, the egg should float just below the surface, no more than a nickel of the tip of the egg showing.
Okay.
My egg was still sinking. I don't have any more wood ash. I'm not too concerned about it. We're going to leave these skins in here for 4, 5, 6 days, till whenever the hair starts to slip out.
Okay. All right.
That's what we're looking for. And so basically what this lye does, it speeds up that process. And so we'll see what happens here.
So this really is an old-fashioned way to tan buckskin.
Yeah, you can use lye, and I don't have any lye around, or otherwise I would use that method, because it just makes it much faster. But definitely you got to be wearing rubber gloves and that kind of stuff.
Right.
This wood ash method is a little bit weaker of a solution. I'm not saying not to wear rubber gloves. You should wear rubber gloves. I'm the type of person that doesn't.
There's not much safety around this household.
Not too much in the safety factor.
Yeah.
I'm not too concerned about it because I know it's a weak solution. But the wood ash is the authentic way to do it.
Nice, nice. Okay, so that is the part 2 of tanning that hide. We're going to be doing some buckskin, and when he's done with all this, we'll move on out to the next video.